What up? It's 92.9 WDUP, the London's home of timeless hip hop and R&B. Special guest checking in. We got Daniel Augustin. You know what I mean? Actor, director, producer,
Yeah,
and musician. He got the new record movie that we here to talk about. What's going on, brother?
man, I'm blessed, man. Thank you for having me, Mike. Thank you for having me. What's
Yeah,
up? What
man.
up?
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. Let's talk about this record movie, man.
Man, look, man, this one really originated from a lot of the questions that I was getting from people about what was going on set. A lot of intimate scenes, you feel me? People would see the intimate scenes and be asking questions that would just be like, is it real? What y'all how y'all pulling it off, etc. So, I went to the homies. We started a writing camp at the crib in Fort Lauderdale. Me, Steven, the guy, Alvin Lewis, Keys, David Francois. All the homies got together and we just was cooking records. We was down there for like 7 days. We cooked up like 13 records, and Movie's just the first one that I'm releasing. Shot the video with this cat named Jacob Rink. And man, really it just stemmed from that. It stemmed from people asking about the intimacy scene. So in the video, we wanted to feel like a movie for sure, but it's a playful vibe, playful and seductive, warm, playful, sensual. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of like play on how it is on set, but at the same time incorporating what it could be like in a bedroom for partners. You feel me? Hitting that boutique store, going back to the crib, having that kind of playful vibe where you can make your own little experience at the crib with your partner. You're making a movie at the crib with your partner, and it's just y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just how it stemmed. That's really
Yeah.
how it came
Now,
together.
I do gotta ask because I always wondered this. Like the scenes in movies and TV shows now be so graphic and it looks so close. It's like how they ain't humping.
Facts.
Like, yo, what's like what is used to kind of stop the friction from happening? You know what I'm saying? Can you give some like Hollywood inside tips? Pause.
Well, there. Well, no, it's definitely some scenes where, like, depending on the person that you're in the scene with, they're gonna put something sometimes, like in between y'all. Sometimes you'll have like a pillow. If you're under covers, you have the option. But a lot of actors don't really like that though. A lot of actors don't really want their flow to kind of feel like it's being slowed up because it kind of can get in their heads a little bit, like they kind of can start to think too much. So it really depends on the two people in the scene. But before the scene even pop up, you kind of got a coach that you're working with that's helping choreograph what's happening ultimately. So the goal is for nobody to know of any of this. You know what I'm saying? The goal is for nobody to know if it's anything down there or what have you. And, like I said, some actors, they're going to choose to be like, nah, I don't want all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's ride with it. And as long as the two people who are in the scene with each other are cool with it, they can have the flow the way they need it. But sometimes, you're going to run into somebody that might be like, nah, give me the pillow. Give me this, give me that. You know what I'm saying? So then you kind of got to flow with that. It just depends.
Yeah, I always wondered like, yo, how can what would do kind of quick whatever like they over there getting the friction. I won't get too graphic, man. Let's get back to the record, man. So, talk about the video and stuff. You kind of got into it a little bit, you know what I mean? The video, movies out there, you can go check it out on YouTube, any other platform that he might mention, talk about the treatment of the video a little bit more.
Oh man, you know what, man? I would love to share the treatment with you. It's really dope. We really spent a lot of time on pre-production on it. We shot the video in Los Angeles, even though we wrote the record out in South Florida. And I went to this cat named Jacob Rink because I really love how he has a very narrative approach to shooting. And I really want videos. I really want these videos to come off, man, in a way that's like entertaining, bro. Like, even though the song is one thing, the sonics are very important for our ears and for our body. But like, if you're sitting down and you're watching, I want you to be entertained. I don't really want it to just be something where it's just me and a shorty and we just at the beach. I want a little bit more than that, a lot more than that, actually. So in the video, it really pops off kind of in a way that's more like default, what we're more accustomed to. It's me and shorty in the bed. Mm-hmm. But then bit by bit, it starts to turn into something else because my character kind of just loses it a bit. And he's starting to get into the improvisation of what it feels like to be in your vibe and be in the record. So like I say like 45 seconds to a minute in, my character in the video just turns it into something where now he's just doing his own thing. We cut it. It turns into a nice playful moment where you can see the set. We wanted to turn it around and show the set. That's all in the treatment too. That's why I haven't shared any pictures of the treatment. I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm going to share that on Instagram because I think that'll be really dope. But you know what I'm saying? We had all of that plan from the jump. We show the set. We show what it's like. Because a lot of people, man, we always just sharing our songs. But people want to know what the experience is like, man. People want to know what it's like behind the scenes. They want to see what it's like, how y'all even put that together. You know what I'm saying? So we show all that. We show what it's looking like back there. We had not the real director of the music video. We had somebody playing the director. Her name is Caitlin Kelly. She's actually a film director out here in Los Angeles too, who just came from Florida State. But she came through, had some homies come through and support, you know, playing the makeup artist and boom operator and so on and so forth. And so, you know, we just did all that just to kind of keep this from feeling like it's just another video. You feel me? Like I really want this video to be able to be something that if you cleaning your house, you're doing the dishes, you can let it run. You can turn around, catch a glimpse of it, enjoy it a little bit, go back to doing what you're doing. I think it's very important that there's story in all the videos. That's something that's really big on me. Maybe because I'm an 80s baby. Yeah. And I remember that. You feel me? I remember them videos from, you know, Barry White. And you know what I'm saying? Like these cats had stories, man. It was always a nice little story. Even if there wasn't no dialogue in it, they still had a vibe from jump to end. But that's something I love to incorporate, man.
Yo, it's crazy because I was watching like throwback BET Midnight Love, and yo, they was like actually doing like soul porn in them joints. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, they were like making songs like their R&B singers getting down.
Yeah, bro.
You ever see it getting back to that as far as like just the feel R&B? You know what I'm saying? Like yo, what you thoughts on R&B just as a whole today?
It's coming back a little bit. It's coming back a little bit, but there's so much music now that honestly, it's like it's people who got to be looking for that. And I don't know that everybody's always checking for that because I think people are checking for what's popular more than anything. But it's definitely coming back, man. You got cats like Lucky Day, and you got man. I don't know why this is slipping me right now. You know, you got Lucky Day, you got Summer Walker. Shorty name I want to say specifically, but it's really hurting me that it's not coming out right now. Oh man. But you also got Masigo, you know what I'm saying? And this is just 3 off the top. Ari Lennox. I'm almost mad at myself for not saying that name. You know what I'm saying? So those are just 4 names off the top of my head. But those cats is doing it though, and they're doing it in a very fly way, very sensual way, very personal way. So I do think R&B is making its, you know, I won't say it's making a comeback. It's still here. It's just not what it was because maybe it's the oversaturation. Maybe it's the popularity of, you know, TikTok got things running. It's fast now. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, I think records used to be able to stay with you for a long time. These days, records don't stay with you like that. It's like, all right, cool, it's good. Let me get another one. Let me get another one. Let me get another one. So I just think things is moving faster now than it ever was before. But it's still here. It's just now that I think people got to be able to find a way to. They got to find a way. Now we got to find a way to hit you with it more consistently. I can't believe I forgot to say WizKid too. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, you know, there's Chris Brown. Come on, man. You know, we're here. R&B's here. It's just a lot more noise now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're here with Daniel Augustin, you know what I mean? I be want to say Augustin, but it's Augustin, get it right, you know what I'm saying?
Augustin, baby.
Yeah,
Augustin, baby.
Get the name right, you heard? We gonna like get into his whole background, show y'all how much of a big deal this man is, man. So yo, kind of describe your sound. You know, you was talking about the R&B game, you know, talk about your actual, you know what I mean, self and what you bring into the game.
You know, with me, I started up in the church, and then after the church, next bit for me was I was in the choir at high school. So when I'm making music, a lot of the times, you know, you're not really going to catch this on movie specifically because with movie, I work with writers on that one. But when I'm working, a majority of times I'm working, you're going to hear, it's going to feel like it's a choir singing because I'm so used to being the tenor, but hearing the soprano, hearing the altos, hearing the bass. So I tend to have a lot of music that's very melodic, very warm, you know, something that you really can't fully listen to without experiencing what it would be like to be in the middle of a choir. That's something that just always stays with me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say with my sound, it's going to be a lot of warmth, a lot of sensuality. I tend to go to the writers when I want something that can be a little bit more entertaining and commercial because my guys, they playful with it. They playful with the wordplay. I tend to be very emotional with it. I tend to be very like sensual with it, very poetic with it. I started with poetry, still write like crazy now, and it's really just now going into like the scripts and, you know, the filmmaking and whatnot that I'm doing. But, you know, the sound really is I would say, is going to come from a place of like warm melodies, you know what I'm saying? Warm melodies, that kind of give you the sense of like what it feels like to be in the middle of a choir. You know,
Gotcha.
it's almost like being in church, but the pastor talking about something you're not supposed to be talking about.
Yeah. Well, I feel that. So, yo, you ain't gotta give like a long, drawn out background or like that. But like for our listeners out there who may not be up on game, you know, what I mean, you hail from I believe Fort Lauderdale, right? Florida.
Yeah.
You know, tell us how you got your start. You know, kind of give a quick rundown.
Yeah, man. It started off in church. In this Christian rap group called Mav 7. Mm-hmm. We kept it pushing. Then we started L's Up ENT. That was big out there in Lauderdale. You know what I mean? After that, I did my first single album. That was called Sorry for the Delay. Did that album, you know, basically total heartbreak kid type of album. But after that, I paused for a bit because I started working on filmmaking. Took a nice little break, and I'm just now getting back to it. Now, here we are, 2023, going on 2024, and I'm really just now touching back with the music. And so it's been a long journey. I started when I was 10, you know what I'm saying? And now still pushing right along with a lot of the same guys. It's like I couldn't ask for a better situation, to be real.
So yeah, you know, I know you got a limited time, so you know, let me get to this right here. All right, you on Issa Rae's Rap-ish on Max? I mean, right, and you gotta explain to me, yo, is it HBO Max or just Max now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll do my due diligence.
I'm still trying to figure out. I think it's just Max now. I'm pretty sure it's just Max now, but sometimes I still see HBO Max.
Yeah, pretty sure it's just Max now, though. It's the same thing, HBO Max. You know, whether they go by HBO Max. But he's on Issa Rae Rap-ish. You're Maurice on there. Kind of talk about your role in there for people who ain't seen the show. You know what I mean? Kind of give a background there.
Yeah. Maurice is the sensual, playful troublemaker. You feel me? Came up in the scamming game. You know, for the cats out there from South Florida, they know what that is. You know what I mean? That's something that was close to home. You know what I'm saying? I remember there were times where, honestly, bro, we were hitting the studio unless somebody made a play. So that's something that I could say, you know, it was close to home. I couldn't be more grateful for that opportunity. We're on season 2 right now. Episode 5 drops. Episode 5 is dropping November 30th. You feel me? And so by the time everybody sees this, episode 5 will be out, season 2, episode 5. So that'll make at least 13 episodes that people can rush to and watch and binge over. And I mean, that role's got a lot of dynamics, bro. Its first season starts off sensually and playful. I would say the second season pops off with a lot more emotional depth the character has. So you feel me? I think it's a character that I'm blessed to play, to be real, because he got a chance to kind of have 2 different sides to him in 2 seasons. That doesn't tend to happen. It tends to be like you're gonna be the same cat. But this guy's got a whole arc that I think is just really starting to get touched on, you know.
Hey, yo, how much are you and the character alike? You know, do you see yourself in him, or you know, or you seen cats like him who's like, I know where to draw from? You know, when you approaching that role, you know, what kind of you know, mindset you in?
To be real, I think we're very much alike. I think the only time we're not alike really is when he's making certain snap decisions. Like, I think I'm a much more considerate guy than him, but we're very much alike in the sense where, like, he's Haitian, I'm Haitian. He's from South Florida, I'm from South Florida. He knows the jouet. I knew the jouet. I don't do the jouet no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my professional tip now, but
what's that? I'm sorry. What's for those who may not know?
For sure. Yeah. So the jouet is just the play. You know what I'm saying? The jouet is the play. That's just how you say it in Creole. But it's kind of just like the play for like how we gonna get money today. We don't always know how we gonna get money today. We just know that we got to hit the studio. Yeah. So we know that we got to be able to feed whoever's here at the studio. You feel me? We know we might want this here. We might want that here. So the cat who knows how to get the jouet is the cat who knows what to do when there's enough Wi-Fi in the room. It's Wi-Fi in the room. He's gonna figure out how to get the bread here. And that's Maurice, man. You know, he's almost like Red. He's almost like Red from Shawshank Redemption, that character Morgan Freeman played. He knows how to get what you need. You feel me?
Yeah. Is it true that it's inspired, maybe loosely or maybe even more than loosely, inspired by the City Girls at all?
I don't know how loosely, but it's definitely inspired by them. I think they flipping it on his head, and because they flipping it on its head a little bit, it's loosely. But it's definitely inspired by them. They're on board as like co-executive producers, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I
haven't gotten a chance to meet them though. I figure I probably would have met them already, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe one of these days.
Maybe season 3. So
you feel me? You feel me?
Absolutely. I mean, is season 2 already shot, or you guys kind of doing
season 2 shot? It's shot. It's in the can. It's in the can. We got 4 more weeks. It's dropping tomorrow, and then 3 more weeks. for the last 3 episodes. It's gonna be crazy. Like these last 4 episodes, I think are gonna be really crazy. I think a lot of people are just now starting to watch the show, but it's about to start springboarding. I really believe.
What's it like working with Issa Rae? I mean, she got the big name, she got the Insecure, she got big aura with her. How's it your interactions with her?
She's like a ninja. She's like a professional ninja, bro. She just be in the room sometimes, real quiet, vibing, peeping game, doing her work. And then sometimes you won't know she's there until you might hear her bust out laughing in the background or whatever. But then she'll come back in the room like a sniper, because then she'll come in out of nowhere and just be kind of pulling jokes out the air. You feel me? Like we've been running lines with each other for a couple takes, and then here she come out of nowhere, like, hey, you know what? Let's do this. She just be running plays, just kind of on the fly. And she's like a real creative comedic genius, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like it's a real collaborative process. It's not just her, really. Like Sarita Singleton too kind of comes in and she got her own flair. And both ladies, I think, give the show so much sauce. But working with Issa in particular, it's like, you feel me? It's you got to stay on your toes. You got to stay on your toes because she's gonna come in the room and I ain't never seen nobody run a remix like her. I ain't never seen nobody call an audible like her. Like she can flip it on his head and kind of just give the scene something that it didn't have, and it's the sauce that you ain't know you need. You feel me?
Yeah, that's ill. That's ill. Hey, I see you was on the Hulu series Wu-Tang, man. What part did you play on that, man? I love that series.
Man.
I feel like I got cut off too soon. I feel like they could have, gave us another season, maybe 2.
Yeah, legendary. That was a legendary moment, man. I got to play Rakim. I got to perform the record. I got to play Rakim. I got to perform the record, follow the leader. Yeah, man, I got to play the record, follow the leader. That whole experience was wild, man. I remember. Man, that was crazy. Like that performance scene I had to do. Like I was sitting there performing in front of the audience, take after take after take after take. I remember RZA coming in, letting me know like, nah. Rakim like to perform with his elbow up. Like little tidbits,
little
like,
small details.
Keep your arm up, keep your arm up a little bit. Like he would just see me. I probably was tiring because heavy gear. You know how the cats was dressing back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Everything baggy.
Yeah.
So much jewelry. You feel me? So I think I really started to tire. You got the lights beaming down on you, take after take after take. It was pretty intense. It was a great experience, though, just to even be in the setting. I think we filmed that in Long Island. Staten Island. I think we filmed that in Staten Island. So it wasn't even no regular trip to get there. I remember flying into like JFK, I forget where I flew into, but just to get to Staten was like, it was a whole thing. So it was a great experience, man. It was great learning experience because I'm not from New York. You feel me?
So RZA's very hands-on. Like during the whole time you interacted with him, he's very like hands-on with everything. And I feel that.
Facts. I didn't get a chance to meet Method Man on that set, but I met him literally a couple months afterwards. I met Method Man in Orlando. Randomly, had nothing to do with the show. Met him, got a chance to talk to him for a little bit, tell him about the whole experience or whatever. But
how did he react? You was like, "Oh, damn, you was on the Wu-Tang."
He was a vibe, man. Method Man was a vibe, bro. He was so kind, bro, and he just showed straight love, man. It was amazing. It was amazing because what I'm saying, it's not like it's not like somebody I just talked to. He just let me walk up on him and just let him know, and I'm sure he could appreciate it though, just because that's something that he comes from, those moments. So
yeah, I mean. Your whole arc is kind of crazy because he was on Rap Itch with Issa Rae, Hulu, Wu-Tang, and then you actually worked alongside Hilary Duff. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of show your range a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that experience.
Working with Hilary was legendary for me because, besides the fact that I crushed on her as a kid.
Oh, yeah, Hilary Duff bad. I'm about to see if you can set that interview up with me later. Yo, Liam, you gonna be out with that?
You a trip, man. You a trip, bro.
Hillary bad, but God, carry on. My bad. Go ahead.
She's just such a professional, man. She's such a professional, man. And sometimes you got to really understand when you in the midst of like a legend, And in the TV game in particular, she's been doing it for a minute. And it ain't even like she's been doing it for a minute because, she's older than me. She's been doing it for a minute because she was started as a kid. So she was doing it at a time where I didn't even know you could do it like that. I just used to look at her like you live on TV. But then I got a chance to meet her and it was next level because you feel me? She wasn't just like somebody who was a TV personality. She was a real person. She kind, she generous, she graceful with it. You know what I mean? You can see her on set. She handles herself like a real professional. She's not doing too much. She don't show up in a bad mood, and if she got stuff going on, she don't bring it to work. Amazing, man. It was really great to be able to learn from her, and at the same time get to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Get to be able to have those exchanges.
Okay, yeah. Talk about some of your work behind the camera.
Oh, word. Yeah, man. So behind the camera, man, that right now is like one of my most rewarding challenges, because the industry is kind of set up in a way right now where you don't really just get to have control of your career like that. So all the stuff I'm doing behind the camera is something that I see as like my big picture goal. You feel me? That's something I started way back when in like 2013, 2014, working as a production assistant at As Seen As TV under Laszlo Rain. He was a DP director. So that's where I really started to learn and get the groundwork. But then from there, I really built everything up working with my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. But we started with my first project. It was called Treble in Paradise. I really did that because of High School Musical and Kanye West's Dark Twisted Fantasy. When Kanye dropped that Dark Twisted Fantasy, I was like, oh man, okay, let's incorporate the narrative with the music. Let's put it all together. Let's marry all that. Yeah. And then, fast forward, I kept shooting. I shot a ton of stuff for people all throughout, and then shot another project called Kinfolk the Series. We got it into Tribeca. It got into the Pan-African Film Festival. And that's the project right now that we're releasing. We just released episode 3. The pilot episode is on YouTube. They're all on YouTube on the Tough Love YouTube series on their channel. Tough Love series YouTube channel, my bad. And pilot episode's got 20,000 views right now in 2 weeks. I'm really proud about that, because you feel me, it could be hard to get eyes these days. And we really believe in that piece of IP. We really believe in that proof of concept, man. Really proud of that. I directed and edited that joint. I lit it. I did the audio on there. Future reference, I don't really want to do it like that no more. I would love to be able to have a gaffer on set, somebody help me with the audio, but that was amazing experience, man. You really learn the most when you start doing what you need to do for yourself. It's like learning how to take care of everything, learning how to clean the room before you ask somebody to come through and clean it for you. Makes for such a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Passion projects, in front of the camera, behind the camera, in the booth, outside the booth. Like, talk about some of the passion projects you want, to actually put forth coming forward, this upcoming year, 2024.
If I could do something with Ari Lennox, I would be very excited about that, because I just think she's super sultry, and I just feel like I would connect with her. Somebody like her or J. Cole, I think, is top of my list right now as far as who I would like to work with in the music industry. But film wise, I'm gonna just go ahead and say, like, film wise is also probably music related too. And if I could, Lord willing, I would love to do something like an Al Green remake. I would really love to do something like that. You feel me? I just started studying him, and I've been studying and been listening to him, but that's something that I would really love to be able to do in the future. Something to touch on music and the life of. I love relationship. I love relationship and music combined. You feel me? Al Green's story, I think, is one of the most misunderstood, but at the same time, something that so many people can resonate with, especially in the Black community. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah. Hey, musically, who influenced your sound? Again, we're here with Daniel, Augustin. You got his record movie. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna play that immediately after this interview. Kind of talk about like your musical influences and everything that kind of influence your sound.
John Legend, Kanye West, and then it's a jazz musician called Michael Franks.
Okay.
Michael Franks is very poetic with it. That's probably where the poetry comes from. Kanye, he just stands on it. You feel me? He stands on what he's saying. There was a time where I started putting away the lyrics and the writing. And when I stopped putting away the writing, I started to sound like him in a sense. Because I think that's just the energy that I had. It was very like, they're not trying to hear me. They're not trying to see me. And so I think I kind of came from that pocket. John Legend, though, is really like the raspiness. Like when I was in the choir, they used to call me Raspy. You feel me? That was like my nickname. And John Legend kind of got this raspy tone with it, raspy delivery. very soulful. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
John Legend's really where it started at. When ordinary people drop, it gave me the confidence I needed because I feel like it was the first time I heard a dude that kind of sounded like what I felt like I sounded like, and it made me feel like I could maybe sound good too. You know what I mean?
Okay. So this record movie that we about to get into, is it off an album or you just put a single out? You got any upcoming EPs upcoming or albums at all?
EP is coming, man. EP is coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now I don't have a title for the EP. I got a loose title for the EP. I don't want to put it out just in case the title wants to change. I'm gonna let the title talk to me. But EP is coming. It's the first single off the EP. You know what I mean? But right now, it's just the one single I want everybody to just kind of take home with them and play and let it ride with them and let it, you know, whether that's in the car or whether that's at home when they're doing what they're doing. You feel me? It's just the first one that I'm coming out with right now under the name Daniel Augustin. Because before that, it was a completely different name. It was Demore. So this is the first one under my own name.
Okay, so that kind of leads to my next question. So you know, with the acting, directing, the producing, you being a musician, you know, is this your first major project? You know, music wise and everything. You know I'm getting at. Like, do you got other past projects that you got out there that people could check?
Yeah,
kind of catch up on what you got going on.
So they could check out Sorry for the Delay. Sorry for the Delay under the title. It was under the name Damore, Damor.
Okay.
That was I think that dropped 2011, 2012, 2013.
You've been acting for a minute.
Yeah. So I had put music away for a little minute after that because I was leaning heavily into TV and film, learning how to shoot, learning how to act, learning what it was and whatnot. And so, but they can check that out. There's some songs, loose singles, you know, littered across the internet too. But, you know, this is the first for what I intend to do in the future. This record is the first for what I want in the future. You know what I mean? That right there, Sorry for the Delay, was more like a diary. Okay. That's more like a diary. That's more like just me getting it off. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't seeing no therapist at the time. So those records, I think they're very passionate, but I don't know that they're as entertaining as the records in the future. The records in the future can still be passionate, but the ones in the past, those have like a sense of like diary energy, like things that people probably didn't want me to say. I was saying on those records. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that, man. I'm sorry I'm keeping you over the time, man. We about to wrap this up.
You good.
I do got another active question though, man. Like, yo,
talk to me.
Do you ever pass on a role you was like, dang, like, you know what I mean? There's certain roles like you hear like other big, you know, huge, you know. I think what did Will Smith pass on? Did he pass on The Matrix or something like that?
He passed on The Matrix.
Yeah,
he passed on The Matrix.
Was there any role that you passed on? You was like, damn.
Yeah,
they grabbed that.
I passed on the wood. They were bringing the wood back.
Oh, what?
Bringing the wood back. I booked it, and then it was time for them to work out the deal points. I had a new team at the time, new managers at the time, and I didn't really know how to take control of my own career at the time. So I didn't really know how to let them know, like, nah, y'all boys, it's got to be this. And so they were trying to work out the deal. They were trying to work out the numbers. And instead of me just letting them know that this is more than the numbers to me, because The Wood is a movie that I grew up on that's like, it's a different kind of IP. It's like sentimental. I really wish I'd have took it. But they passed on me because we couldn't get the numbers right. They didn't end up passing on the show later. Like the network did not end up coming out with The Wood later. But it's a show that I don't know that I've gotten over that one, because I feel like if I would have moved forward with it, it could have been a completely different scenario. And maybe I'm wrong, but it's the number one role I can say I really wish I would not have been like,
for you.
Letting somebody else make the decision for me. You feel me?
And I feel that. I mean, the roles you done grab is iconic, so you know what I mean. You still got to tip your hat to that. So we're
facts.
Augustin, you know, we got the record movie. Give everybody like your social media, everything. You know what I mean. You got going on and how
for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. On Instagram, catch me at Daniel Augustin. That's DanielAugustin. You can catch my web series that I'm releasing right now at Kinfolk the Series on Instagram. And I'm on TikTok too. I just got on there at I am Daniel Augustin. So rock with me. Pull up on me. Pull up.
Yeah, pull up, man. Yo, we're going to get into this record movie, Daniel Augustin. You know what I'm saying? Catch him on, you know what I mean? the airwaves, catch them on, you know what I mean, your TV screen, catch them behind the
Yeah.
scenes. My man out here moving, man. Nah, thanks again,
Yeah.
brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you.